everything's changed. Like, everything has changed. Catching me trying to hit anyone who knows my 320 green that I've got beef with. Let's show you where I am with this beef. Oh, hello. Are we? Not first shot. Like, we're getting there. I'm going to show you what I've... Like, that is there, look. That is so close to the front of the green for me. Everything has changed. 163 ball. So basically, I'm making this video to try and show... Lots of coaches are asking how I'm doing, what I'm doing. So this is actually going to be a little bit data intensive, so I apologise for that. But the simplistic way of thinking about what I'm trying to do here... Oh, it's the wrong shape. That's got speed though. 114 head, it just didn't draw, so I'm going to be higher spinning. But that's carrying 280 something, and that's totaling 304, 305. Yeah, 163 ball again. Like, this is mental. I'll put a link to Coach Lockie's channel. Go and subscribe to it if you haven't subscribed already. He did a vertical video of me mucking around with this, where we really started to find something, and I'm really starting to see it come out now, which I want to share with you. So the simplest way of thinking about this is when I hit the ball, I jump. So what I do when I hit the ball is I physically jump. But the trouble is, what I do is I hit the ball, and then to brake, to stall, to make sure I don't fall over, I use my jump to brake. So what happens is I hit the ball, and then as I've hit the ball and after, I then jump. Which means there's energy that I could be putting on that ball. So it's not that I'm not putting loads of energy in, because when you measure my jump, my verticals, like, they're massive. They're just really late. So if I can get them ordered onto the ball, then we get more out where I feel I'm actually putting less in. And that's the crazy bit. So in this video down below, do you reckon I can hit this 320 green? I've hit it, not really, I've hit it with a low spin fake one. Can I actually hit it? What do you think? I am the closest I've been. Let's do one more and then we'll show you the grass which blow heads off. But think jump, think timing of jump. Oh, come on. It's 114 head. It's a 13 loft delivered. Go! It's 290. Here we go. Go, go, go! Oh, we are so close. 165 ball. 165 ball. That is huge for me. Right, let's look at this blue graph. It times my jump. It's the timing of my jump. So you can see when I am at impact, so between these two frames, basically, I'm still 138% jumping. Basically, I'm not out of my jump. So this blue line has not crossed down to the bottom where I would be basically almost in the air, you could think of. I am still processing my jump, and it's split seconds late. And when I try to move that earlier with ideas of transition changes or even trying to move differently on the downswing, it doesn't shift. Like, I can shift it, but not consistently. You know, I come in and I do 3 swings where it moves, and then 10 where it doesn't. And I come in the next day, I can't move it. I come in the next day and like the first 2 are there, and then I just can't do it again. I've got such a small amount of time to change it that I obviously just cannot manipulate it. And this is where everything changes. Everything changes because of these graphs, and everything changes because of this mat and stuff that you would never be able to see on a lesson tee. What I have done is I have moved this pre-jump to launch earlier. And the way I've moved this amazing blue bar that I want to keep, like, this blue bar is good. Like, that force is great. I just need it at an appropriate time. There's no point hitting a shot and then applying loads of force to nothing there, because the ball's gone. I need to use the force that I'm putting in and get it on the ball. And the way I've done that is I've completely changed the order of this. So you'll know me for having quite a long backswing, which is often because my arm swing is quite deep and my shoulder turn isn't particularly that big. If we compare to the latest one, we start seeing some magic. And this isn't really exactly, like, this can be better. This is like the beginning of an idea and a process. So what I'm doing now is trying to turn my shoulders more, but keep my arms this side of me, which I could do more. Like, I want my arms stopping here, which is something I'll keep working on. But by doing that, it loads the pre-jump and the jump earlier, which means it peaks earlier. I get my force out earlier, and then I actually get it onto the ball. So this impact, right on impact here, you can see I'm now below the 100%. I am jumped, I'm out, I'm done. And what happens is we start getting some very different shots, like very different. And I feel like I'm doing nothing. Like my backswing feels tiny, barely finished. The downswing seems to happen too early. That's a miss hit getting 307. So think about what I'm saying. What I have spent a lot of time doing is swinging my arms across my chest, getting them quite deep, not turning my shoulders that much. Then on the downswing, because my arms get so far behind my body, I spend a lot of time, and a lot of time is relative, bearing in mind the downswing I have no time, actually moving everything back this way as my hands come back to where they should have kind of got in the area that they should have got into. But they can't get into that area because if I make my limited shoulder turn back swing, I mean, they would only get there. It's only that I'm stretching my arm across my chest so much that allows me to set it back. I've got to kind of unset that to get ready to hit. And in that time, I'm actually moving pressures back onto this foot, and then I need to use loads of horizontal to get into impact, which obviously timed quite well because I can control the face, to then hit the ball and jump to stall. I've taken that big movement out, so you'll see me making demo practice swings now where I try and make the backswing loads more body-centric and try and get the arms doing as little as possible. And what this does now is as soon as I start down, I'm actually starting to stall down here straight away, rather than spending time lining all that up. 161 ball, the swing that feels like a half swing. It's just basically what I've done is I've reordered everything to try and get what I need out at the bottom, the most important part. Ah, draw ball. That's a shame. 114 club, slightly high off the toe. Otherwise, the speed is there. 114 club can get this green if I strike. Literally everything has changed. I would never ever get anywhere near doing this without this plate. It would be complete guess work. Closest I've got to it is with Mark Ball with his 3D system, which he was basically saying the same thing. Get your hands out there, get your hips back this way, which is what this is doing if you think about it. If you've not watched that video, I'll put a link in. I'm kind of going here as much as possible. I'm just using it and seeing it through the ground reaction and trying to, rather than hit and stall with a jump, I'm actually trying to, what feels to me like turn to stall to then hit. It can only happen though, literally from the beginning. So I am changing impact by changing the very beginning order and then throughout my swing. So I'm changing the moment of truth, not by coming down and feeling like I'm doing X, Y, or Z. I'm doing it by changing the order of that backswing, which is amazing if you think about it, because that's the only way I've consistently been able to move it. It does make you wonder about people working on transitions. Really, have we got the time, the skill, the brain power to actually change a transition? I reckon that's debatable, certainly for the lesser skilled golfer or less practiced golfer. Can I? 320? No, surely not. Oh, I need the shape. 115 club. Like my club's hitting consistently my highest speeds. Again, that with a strike's there. Changing that order of the backswing changes literally everything for what I can achieve on the way down. And what I like about it is the backswing has, in my brain, more time to process the thoughts and feelings. Oh, I've struck that, but I've not got the face at the right angle. 114. If that's drawing, oh God, I just got to get that shape. The speeds are there. 163 ball. One more. Oh, I've overturned it. I've tried to correct that and overturned it. Anything 309 is the front edge, basically. Look what that's getting at 309, 310, 311, 312. That's their 165 ball. Oh, just turn ball. Oh, that'll be close. 114 head. It's just to the right, look. Go! 307. One more. So we're averaging 284, which is pretty top end for me, and averaging a ball speed of 162. And that's with a 155 miss hit in there. You know, that's just a complete duffer. mix it up to near 163. We're getting some 164s, near 165s in there. Simple message amongst all the graphs. So basically the few things there to take away, I am changing impact by changing literally the order of how I start and then throughout the swing. It's the only way I'm influencing impact consistently, which is amazing. I am a relatively skilled, well-practiced golfer. 2, all I'm doing is I'm not using more energy. It actually feels like I'm using less. What I am doing is using similar amounts of energy, but actually getting it out in time to deliver it to the ball rather than waste it for just holding on to this part as the club goes through. They're your key takeaways. Think about your own swings, and this is why getting on some good tech could really transform so many golfers and get away from the horrible guessing that we see out there. And obviously all the quick tips that really aren't maybe changing that much, but I mean they still give you some ideas of what to practice possibly, but how much energy are you putting in relationship to how much you get out? Be honest with yourself. I know from my history of coaching, I teach some pretty strong people who put a lot of what looks like effort in to get nowhere near as much out as they should be. You could be doing less and getting loads more out. Everything has changed.